All right, thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I would like to extend a warm welcome to everybody to this session by Dr. Zuhainis, our speaker, who will be delivering the next web talk that we have prepared specially for you in i-PicTL 2022. Dr. Zuhainis will be sharing the talk on shaping future-proof education, the roles and strategies. This is a very important talk and very in line with the theme in our picture this year. I'm Fadlina from the Center for Academic Development. Allow me to read the biodata of our speaker today. Right, the screen sharing is still not activated. Host, can you please help me around? Screen sharing, Mr. Azri, are you around? All right, thank you. So I have the screen sharing power now. Allow me to share this screen so everybody can read through this biodata of our speaker. Associate Professor Dr. Zuhainis Saad is very familiar face to UPM and many people, at least in Malaysia. She is an associate professor in microbiology in the Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Sciences, Universiti Putra, Malaysia. She was the Director of Academic Excellence Division at the Department of Higher Education in Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysia from 2018 to 2022. Her research activities includes drug discoveries from thermophilic fungi, microbial enzymes, technology in biopolymers, and pulp and papers. Awarded patents on isolation and preservation techniques of thermophilic fungi and enzyme for bioreacting of canaf. She had many copyrights received for e-learning products such as Mighty Microbes, Microtopia Land Game Board with augmented reality, and of course, a very well-known educational technology enthusiast. She practices e-learning and active learning approach in enhancing students' engagement for effective and meaningful learning. Never depleted to be able to inspire us. She is a strong advocate of empowering learners in experiential learning and has many awards. Creative and Interactive E-Learning Award from IUCEL 2019, Best Trendsetter Award in IUCEL 2017, winner of the Reimagining and Redesigning Higher Education for the Virtual Immersive Learning Experience category in 2017, winner of National Academic Award, the Teaching Award for Pure Science Cluster in 2018. She has introduced innovative academic excellence initiatives for Malaysia, including experiential learning and competency-based education landscape, the Excel that we do today, the Sulam that we do today, as well as the Future Workforce Engagement Series called Forces and many more. She is currently the adjunct professor for the Faculty of Applied Sciences in UCSI and the advisory board members for the UK Malaysia University Consortium. Without further ado, please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Zuhainis Saad to deliver her web talk, Shaping Future-Proof Education, Roles and Strategies. The floor is all yours, Dr.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Fadlina. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank CADe for having me here today, and congratulations on the organization of i-PicTL 2022. I would like to beg your pardon for my voice today, and perhaps I'll be coughing a little bit. That will distract the presentation. So I will share my screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to set to put up into slideshow? All right.
Okay. So the topic given to me is on shaping future-proof education, roles and strategies. And as you know that the world is rapidly changing, and the systemic shifts have the potential to affect the nature of work. And this was published by the PwC Workforce of the Future, the Competing Forces Shaping 2030. And to prepare the workforce, it is crucial to develop the skills that will be necessary for the unpredictable landscape of the future. And through this, the four world of work, if you can see, the red world is a perfect incubator of innovation. Right? And the blue world, corporations grow to such a scale and exert such influence that some become more powerful than nation states. In the green world, corporate responsibility it's not just nice to have, but it is a business imperative. So companies are open, collaborative organizations that see themselves as playing an essential role in developing the employees and supporting social communities. And in the yellow world, workers and companies seek out greater meaning and relevance in what they do. And where are we? We are actually all in this together. And before we have been exposed with what we call as the VUCA world. We have been introduced with VUCA world since 1980. We try to survive and thrive in the VUCA world. But when from 2020, this the next generation of business introduced what they call as bunny world, brittle, anxious, non-linear, and comprehensible. And if we look at the comparison of highest rank outcomes 2018 and 2020 by AAC and U employer survey showed that how digital skills today's world requires everyone, including learners and educators in the higher learning institution, to have digital skills. It is important not only in a daily life, but in the face of an ever evolving era. And according to UNESCO, digital skills are defined as a range of abilities to use digital devices, communication applications, and networks to access and manage information. And digital skills have moved from optional to critical and need to be complemented with transversal soft skills, such as the ability to communicate effectively, critical thinking, and of course, whether it is in the online or offline mediums. And by 2030, digital transformations have brought a new wave of modernizations to enterprises. They will use more productive machines, such as collaborative robots and autonomous mobile robots. And new business model will be more people-centric. And digitalization will help companies interweave and graphically monitor their supply chains for better resilience in the face of the dynamic market environment. And so the building blocks of the metaverse that involve, for example, virtual spaces, between 2021 and 2030, the number of active users in the virtual space will climb up to 1.18 million to 1.048 million. And the growth in user activity will translate to directly to revenue, with virtual spaces revenue increasing from USD 4.2 million, 4.2 billion in 2021 to 44.8 billion by 2030. This is a research by ABI. And revenue growth across these four digital, mechanical, and electrical markets in expected to approach about USD 2 trillion by 2030. So the bulk of this revenue is not allocated directly to the metaverse space at this time, but it can serve as a potential source where additional revenue could come from the adoption of virtual spaces and business model like Web 3.0 and blockchain. And of course, when we talk about competency, which on-the-job competencies are critical for working professionals in the 21st century? Global competence, according to OECD, that propose global competence is the important that need to be emphasized, that need to be possessed by individual, and educators are responsible to aspire to help students become globally competent. Skill mismatch and skill gaps among university graduates are becoming more apparent in recent years. A greater industry role in curriculum designs to spur innovation in teaching and learning and ensure the application and relevancy of the subject taught in tertiary institution is important. But I do believe that instead of focusing on the skill gaps, we argue that it's time to focus on closing the opportunity gap, not only to for the benefit of individuals who have been shut out of the labor market, but also for society as a whole. And cultivating and investing in diverse talents can unleash regional innovation, economic growth, and community well-being. So I do also believe that rather than expecting a perfect candidate in the labor supply transaction, other companies should be co-investing in cultivating the worker skill. And when we discuss about shaping our future-proof education, also still based on the Malaysia education blueprint. And although the future may look like it's full of robots and artificial intelligence, it isn't. The reality of the fourth industrial revolution is that the most successful businesses, non-profits, and governments will be led by highly skilled individuals who can understand and accommodate the demands of an increasingly connected, informed, and fast-moving world. And even before the pandemic, there was pressure on institutions to enhance graduate competencies for a fast-changing world of work. And given the recent COVID-19 crisis, demands on people, professionals have never been greater. And while much of the demands has forced the profession to focus on and prioritize the key area, such as employee well-being, digital transformation, okay? According to the research by CIPD UK in 2020, on the people profession found that economic change, digital transformation, and organizational agility were viewed as the biggest drivers of change. The 2020 Future Jobs report from the World Economic Forum, I think I've shared it in many platforms where we can see the demands of the jobs. That notes that the most valuable workers, both now and into the future, will be those who can combine human and technical skills, and adapt to the changing needs of the workplace. And that technical skills will be just as important as the human values, morals, and principles needed to pair with them. In addition to having technical skills to get job done, critical thinking, persistent, real world effectiveness, managerial and supervisory skills, leadership, team building, creativity, collaboration, and of course, innovation skills. And educators now need to be and actually deserved to be part of the professional development effort to improve hybrid learning. So in this context is what we call as high flex learning, hybrid and flexible learning, acquiring the necessary skills for developing and delivering online and hybrid courses. So there is no one size fits all vision, but whatever the goals, digital technology, digital tools, and resources can enable and significantly accelerate achievement. A report by EDUCAUSE Horizon Action Plan on Hybrid Learning provide us some action plan that we can, the quick win and also intermediate action plan that we can practice in our own institution. And if you can see, one of the action plan for it is include experiential learning in all academic programs. And innovating pedagogy in 2022 that was published this year. And if you look at the one of the approach or one of the pedagogy introduced is influencer-led education. That means learning from education influencer on social media platforms. And a demand-driven education model is necessary, and it is insufficient to focus on just the hard skills and digital skills. There is a need to cultivate deeply human skills, agility, relationships and leaderships, ability to influence, and of course, resilience. And in order to do that, we need to apply what we call innovative pedagogy just now in higher education with real world learning. Students will be able to relate to the real world issues and innovation across the curriculum. And of course, I do believe that institutions should create curricula that connect the language of academic discipline to that of job market, community, and society. In doing so, they can begin to identify circular strengths and weaknesses proactively with, to be able to identify the weaknesses and the strengths and identify the curricular gaps, and then evolve course offering that are integrated, transdisciplinary, to meet emerging economic and society needs. So that's where Excel was introduced with the 4 thrusts of real, poised, and ideal care. And it is also with this curricula design, experiential learning and competency-based education landscape. This entails re-envisioning the next generation literacies that people need in specific work contexts also, and thereby empowering them to succeed. So empowering learners as mentioned by Dr. Fadlina just now, empowering learners is indeed critical in supporting ongoing and meaningful proactive change. So, Tony Wagner in the Global Achievement Gap published this book, and the highlight was how 7 skills students will always need: curiosity and imagination, initiative and entrepreneurship, agility and adaptability, critical thinking and problem solving, effective oral and written communication, collaboration across networks and leading by influence, and accessing and analyzing information. Excuse me. But I do believe that although we have that 7 skills needed, but I do believe that, you know, these 10 skills are very important: sense making, social intelligence, novel and adaptive thinking, new media literacy, virtual collaboration, computational thinking, and how we can design our delivery, design our tasks, design our curriculum and delivery based on these 10 important skills. And by imparting many other innovative approach, including cross-cultural skills. And moving forward, we need to innovate to maximize global opportunities by introducing more digital modular offering, for example, stackable credential, micro-credential courses, and also leverage online learning for global growth. Learning should be seamless, borderless, and cross-cultural skills should be emphasized, and that can happen also through online learning. Ensure partnerships provide mutual benefits and drive innovation. Explore partnership opportunities to improve accessibility. Prepare learners for the labor market of the future. Personalized learning and innovative technology, and of course, community outreach and dynamic partnerships. And partnerships can also extend to organizations that support key areas such as the educational and technology company that support personalized learnings, interoperability or data safety, and that can actually bring fresh perspective to an existing learning community. And for example, like the edutech companies also can play a pivotal role in driving towards educational equity when partnering with districts to be better how learning material can serve today's increasingly diverse student population.
Let us give some time to our speaker to be more comfortable for continuing her talk. Meanwhile, I would like to invite those who'd be interested to maybe share some thoughts and maybe ask questions in the chat. I believe that our speaker would be happy to entertain questions. Well, even for me personally, I have learned a lot with the sharing up so far, especially thinking on how we can motivate the students to be able to prepare themselves as well to try to address all these changing expectations globally. Glad to see you're back, Dr.
Thank you,
Wan.
Dr.
Okay,
Tina.
tak,
So
Dr.
sorry.
Wan. If
Finishing.
you're around, I will surely extend a glass of water for you.
Yeah, I have
Take
all
your
my
time,
things
Dr.
here.
Wan.
Yeah, thank you.
Can go
So,
slowly.
it is also, I would like to also to share by World Economic Forum about the 4 trends that will shape the future of higher education. Embrace technology, personalized content, reach more people, optimize human interaction, and combining our use of technology, optimizing our human interaction, personalizing our instruction will allow us to stay relevant and in demand through the changes ahead. Now, it is also, we need also to understand that our practice is something we do with our head, which is knowledge, ideas, and our hand, our practice, behavior, and heart, our emotions, our social relationship, our self-belief, etc. And all interlinked and inseparable, enriching our experiences and developing a type of practice based on our values and our purpose. And in the new landscape of learning, a stronger role for higher education in lifelong learning through more flexible hybrid learning options provides opportunity beyond the traditional notions of learning modes of study. Creating a culture of flexibility develops opportunities and excellence that will enhance students' experiential learning. Hybrid learning will be part of holistic education approach as educational best practices continue to grow and evolve. Transformative curriculum with innovative delivery in collaboration with industry and technology leaders create opportunities to immersive learning that enable students to translate their knowledge and skills to the community and society. And flexibility and innovations, those are the critical ingredient for success. As educators, we simply have to build on this. We know that the best organization deal with changing conditions by being nimble and dynamic, not static. And baking this into our higher learning cultures is our most powerful building block for whatever future awaits. And the future is faster than you think. I would like to end my presentation with a quote by Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. With that, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wan. Well, of course, I think no one can deny that there are a lot of important and valuable things that you have shared today. Maybe I can repeat. Somehow, it's the cough is infectious, although it's online. Tickly, 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 tickly. Cough. Well, hopefully I can ask you before other people maybe can pose some questions. What is the best way to motivate our students to go through beyond just thinking about exams and other things?
I think it is actually a struggle for us educators, especially for when we teach our first semester students, when they come from schools, from Assoc, from foundation and STPM, for example. And because they have been, it's their culture. And then the struggle is for us to make that change, changing their mindset, changing on how they should and how they should learn, how they should take charge of their own learning, and how we want to inculcate self-directed, how to become self-directed learners and all. But I do also believe that we need to connect with our students. We have to have a strong relationship with our students. And from my experiences, once you connect with your students, then it will make your life much easier. They will give you beyond your expectation. You have to instill interest in them, and not just, we need when they are interested, they will explore. And we are, as 21st century educators, we are learning with them. So we need to create that environment, the settings for them, guide them to learn how to learn, actually, and not what to learn. So that is my take on motivation the students. And that can happen only when you design your courses into a more not just interactive, but co-develop the programs, the tasks together with them by involving them.
Interesting. So this change of role should be part of the strategy, and I can see how Excel would fit to this, how personalizing learning would fit to this. I'm just hoping that many people, many educators would take charge to change and to relearn about this good, you mentioned 21st century pedagogies. So hopefully many more people will take a step ahead to learn and to change from just being brick and mortar and giving the students, rather than guiding them on how to learn. All right, I would like to welcome anyone who wish to use this golden opportunity to interact live with Dr. Zuhainis for having any questions. Anyone? Seems like there is no question for now. If there is no question, then to respect the time, I would like to say thanks to our speaker, Dr. Zuhainis, and hopefully everyone will stay tuned to more of our activities on the last day tomorrow. Thank you, Dr. Wan.
Thank
So
you.
take care.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Get well soon.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.